Do you have to keep coming back here? Is your soul stuck on a loop and you have no choice? I'm going to address Aaron's question today and share with you what I've been channeling for people all over the world. This is the insight that I have at this point, but I always say the more I learn, the more I realize there is to learn. So take what resonates, leave the rest. Aaron asks, how do we avoid reincarnating, by the way? Like we're stuck in a loop, right? How do we get out of it? Okay, so this is what I've learned from channeling, but also for clients, but also I've sat and channeled these things on my own because I've had some of these questions myself. So this is what I've learned up to this point. Okay, here we go. Trusty whiteboard here. Do you have to come back? Okay, a couple points. There is a reincarnation loop. And it's part of an AI overlay. It's connected to the veil of forgetfulness. So what I have been shown is that there is a loop. That's what we're calling it. And I'm asking my guides to help me with this right now, actually. So the majority of people on this planet, the majority of humans are in that loop or have been in that loop. They've been here many, many times. And what happens is when their soul leaves the body, they are given the impression that they're being taken back to where they need to go, and they just feel pulled to go back to that place. And from what I've been shown, there is a kind of a false soul world where you go and you watch life reviews and you look at and revisit what you did in this life, your choices, etc. And on your own, the soul chooses to come back. Now, this soul realm is an overlay or replica of the, I guess, real soul realm, where you have full memory of having choice and knowing that you can go anywhere you want. You don't have to come back here. You don't have to reincarnate at all. So the powers that were, who have been over this realm for, I would say, hundreds of thousands of years, created this overlay that is AI, I guess. It's automatic, that causes souls to believe they're going back to where they're supposed to go. Now, what I've been shown is that, first of all, have no fear. It's really important not to have fear. That's how we feed their energy, the powers that were. But the soul knows before it comes in, even for its first lifetime, the soul knows there's a chance that it might not wake up. And that's part of the pull to come in. It's a challenge. The soul still desires that. The soul doesn't come in with a blindfold on, having no idea what's going on here. The soul has 100% full knowledge of what's going on in this simulation, in this game, in this experience, in this realm, in this physical place. Okay, so the soul is non-physical, and when it chooses to come into the physical, it knows about all of this. Now, a soul, I've been shown this many times, souls come for many things. One of them is for a collective mission, which I'm in the middle of doing a series on that, how to identify your mission and purpose. So the soul comes for a collective mission, but it also comes to experience being human and all of the feelings that come with it, from love to heartbreak to happiness to sadness. There are, it's a very desirable place to come from a soul perspective, because it's unlike any other place. So your soul does know what it's getting into, from what I've been shown, before it comes into the first lifetime, even if it gets pulled into a 1,500 time reincarnation loop coming back. That's part of the challenge of why the soul comes, okay? Now, while you're here, if you're pulled into destruction, it will feel hard, but it's your choice. And that's the rub, I guess, right? It's your soul knows before it comes that this is a free will realm. And that's a very unique thing. Not all places are free will, have free will. A lot of places that you can incarnate to, you have full memory, and there really isn't any free will. You just, you create based on what your soul already knew it was going to create. While you're here, you have free will in the human body. So while you're here, it's your choice how much you get sucked into the chaos and mayhem. And what they're saying right now is this whole reincarnation loop thing is something that the powers that were are allowing to come out. They're allowing people to talk about this because it creates fear. It creates the feeling of hopelessness and helplessness. They want that. So it's important that you have no fear and understand that you have a choice every day. Are you going to be pulled into the chaos and mayhem that they're projecting out in from every direction? Or are you going to live from sovereign choices? See the beauty here more than the dark. When you're making choices from sovereignty, So what you'll feel like doing, what's going to bring you happiness, not what your family says, not what your partner says, not what the society says, not what the news is telling you to do, not what politics are saying, not what the elite are saying, not what Hollywood is doing. When you're making sovereign choices from your inner guidance, which is connected to your higher plan, your higher wisdom, your higher self, you start to see the beauty here. And I'll tell you that when I basically shut everything off, when I left corporate 6 years ago, I started channeling. I was visited by two light beings who spoke to me for 3.5 hours. And since I started progressively turning everything off, I live in a totally different reality than I mean, there's not a lot of people I have in my life anymore that they don't understand this, right? They're living in the chaos mayhem reality. My family, some of the friends that are no longer in my circle, I have since made friends who are making the same choices, but I have been shown that it's 100% your choice. Okay, so instead of taking on, a lot of times we feel like we're a victim to the systems, I've been talking about this in this series, You Are Here on Purpose, taxes, bills, all the things. Our soul doesn't care about that stuff when it comes in. It knows it's an unlimited, universal. This is a realm that we can create whatever it is that we want. There's abundance, but we're taught scarcity. We're taught that there isn't enough. And so it's our choice what we believe. So when you're making choices from sovereignty versus the control systems and what they're telling you to do, you are going to have a different experience here. Okay. Now, like this is the example they bring in, like childbirth, it's painful. So I don't have children, but for all of you who do have children who understand the concept, obviously, I know many people who have had children and they said it was so painful and they'll never do it again. I mean, I know people who could not bond with their children for months, their babies, because it was such a horrible experience. And now 5-10 years later, they're like, they have another child. They end up having another child because the pain dilutes, and over time, the joy of having the child far outweighs the temporary pain. That's how the soul looks at coming here. So when the soul comes in, when it leaves the body, it has a choice, and while you're living here in sovereignty, it influences how you exit the body. So the soul knows when it comes in that there will be things that will cause discomfort, but this life is a blink of an eye compared to the lifetime of the soul. So just like childbirth, many of you might be thinking, oh my God, I'll never come back. But when you leave the body, you remember the beauty. You remember the excitement, the joy of falling in love, experiencing beautiful hikes in nature and good food. You're not deterred from coming back. So even when you're not going into this loop, even when you leave the body and have full remembrance of who you are and you have choice, souls still continue to come back. In fact, I have a lot of clients who have been training in other lifetimes here for this lifetime. They've come in, they've experienced the pain, they've been developing skills over these lifetimes for now. And that was all by sovereign choice, okay? Your soul is sovereign and does not have to do anything. You do not have to come here to heal. You do not have to come back to balance karma. You do not have to come back to learn lessons. Now, while you're here, you will be doing some of those things. But when you leave, it isn't like, oh, you didn't balance all your karma, you have to come back. You don't have to do anything. Soul is sovereign, okay? So the loop, what I've been shown is this happens either by choice, or you can either come back by choice or through the loop. And the key is how you live your life now, the choices that you're making now. Are you living in fear and mayhem and chaos? What's causing that? Turn it off. Are you making sovereign choices and starting to see the beauty in the world? All of the connection and all of the beautiful things that our soul desires to experience here. Continue making choices from that place. So no, you do not have to come back. How you live your life now will help how your soul leaves the body, remembering it has full choice, but there's a good chance you're going to want to come back, especially to view or to experience new earth, as we're all here now, living our mission and purpose to help bring that forth. I have a feeling you're going to want to come back and experience that, but have no fear. You do have choice. You always have choice every single day. You're sovereign. Let me know your questions and comments, and I'll see you in the next video.